So in the last session, we have discussed about how to create the records inside that Salesforce instance. Once we create the record, what happened in Salesforce, like how the Salesforce is going to be saving that record. Once the record has been saved inside the associated object, Salesforce will generate an 18 characters ID for each record, which will be used to identify the record uniquely. Like even though you may be having some multiple employees in the same organization who are having some same names, but we can identify each and every employee uniquely by using their unique identification number, that is employee ID. Like the same way, in Salesforce also we can able to create the multiple records with the same details. But to identify each record uniquely, we need to use that ID of the record generated by Salesforce. This ID.
Firoz, here I have one question. This is Ram.
Yeah.
So actually, is there any way where we can get that 18-digit record ID, row ID from application itself without coming to database level?
No, we don't have that option to see that in the application level.
Okay, let's say account name.
Okay.
There is a duplicate names on account name level.
Okay.
Ram Davuluri. But how do you identify this is my particular record? This is the row ID of that particular record. How do you get a confirmation?
See, so for that itself, we can able to use that the 15 characters ID generated by the Salesforce in the URL. By using that URL, we can able to get that up to 15 characters, but the last 3 characters will not be visible to you in this case. But to get that complete 18 characters, we have to use that IDE, nothing but the developer console. In the developer console, we can make a query and we can fetch that complete 18 characters ID inside that. But in the application, we can't see that.
You mean to say that 15 digits is always unique?
Yeah, that 15 digits is also always unique for you. You can able to cross-check that record IDs also. Okay, when you verify that multiple records by opening those 15 characters ID, and those IDs will be unique for you.
Okay.
Now, so now let's see. So in the previous session, we have discussed about creating those records here. Now we will see some more configuration features in Salesforce. How can we customize the tabs also we have discussed in the previous session. And then now we are going to discuss about few more features. Like suppose for example, so assume that we are having that accounts tab. Now when you click on accounts tab, it will be opening a separate graphical user interface to us, where we can able to create the records, we can modify the records, we can delete the records, and we can see the existing records available inside this. Now, so now whenever I'm trying to performing the operations on that account records, like it may be at the time of creation, at the time of modification, then always, now this particular bar is going to be occupying some space to me. Like it is occupying some space to me. Now this part. Now like this is called as the sidebar. Okay, this is called as a sidebar. Now this sidebar is going to be occupying some space, so that my user interface will be starting from this particular point of here. So now what I want to do is, I don't want to display this particular sidebar always. I want to make it as a collapsible. Okay, I want to make it as a collapsible so that I can able to start my screen, my visual user interface from here, from the starting of my browser itself, so that we can able to display all the values and we can able to make my screen larger. So then how can we customize it as a collapsible option here? Now let's see, how can we customize this collapsible sidebar? Now, so now how to enable this collapsible sidebar? Now we will see here. In order to enable that collapsible sidebar, we are having a specific navigation. By using that navigation, we can able to make this sidebar also collapsible. Now, we can enable the collapsible sidebar with the below navigation. Like, go to the setup menu and click on it. And go to the build menu in the left panel. Click on customize and expand it. And click on user interfaces. Click on user interfaces link and go to the collapsible sidebar section. And then select the checkbox, enable collapsible sidebar. And then save those settings. Click on save button. So now this is the navigation in order to enable that collapsible sidebar. Now let's see. How can we use this navigation in order to make the collapsible sidebar as a collapsible option? Now, because this part of the space, nothing but the sidebar is going to be occupying so much space. Whenever I'm trying to be opening some existing record, when I click on Dell Incorporation to open an existing record, here also it is occupying that sidebar some space. Whenever I'm trying to be editing the record also, then it is occupying some space. Whenever I'm trying to be creating some new record also, it is occupying some space. Whenever I'm going to displaying the records also, it is occupying some space. So it is occupying some space where I'm not using any of these options given by the sidebar to me. So that here I would like to make it as a collapsible. Whenever it is needed, I would like to make it expand. Whenever I don't want, I would like to make it collapsible. So for that, here I would like to use this collapsible sidebar. Now, then how can we enable? Now we'll see practically here. So now for that, go to that setup menu, which is available on the top right corner. Go to that setup menu. In that left panel, it is giving the 4 menus are available to you. One is the administer menu. Second one is the build menu. Third one is the deploy menu. Fourth one is the monitor menu. So now this administer menu is used to configure your Salesforce instance. Like if you want to add any new users, if you want to restrict the permissions to those users, if you want to grant some additional permissions to those users, if you want to manage some import and export operations inside your record objects, everything we can able to manage with the help of this administration. So now by using this administer menu, we can able to perform all the administration related functionalities by a Salesforce administrator, like as creating the users, deactivating the users, if the users are not part of your organization, and we can able to suspend the permissions of those users for some time, or we can grant the new additional permissions to those users, and you can make the records visibility accesses. Nothing but whenever I'm creating a record, to whom my record has to be get visible, and all these configuration settings we can able to configure with the help of this administration related menu. And then inside that build menu, by using that build, you will be having 3 options available again here: customize, create, and develop. By using this customize, we can able to customize the standard objects and their features available in Salesforce. Whatever the features given by the Salesforce as part of the ready-made Salesforce CRM, if you want to customize without writing any code, then we can able to customize by using the customize option. And the second one is create. I would like to add some more new features. While adding those new features, there might be 2 scenarios coming to the picture. While adding that new feature, that feature we can able to implement without the coding also, and that functionality may require with coding also. Nothing but we need to write some code to implement the feature. So for that, by using that create, we can able to add some additional features to that Salesforce without writing any code. Just by using the most clicks, we can able to add some more new features also by creating by our own. And the develop option is in order to add some more new features by writing the code. Nothing but this is purely the programmatic customizations. We can able to write some code like some Apex programming code, some triggers, some visual force pages, everything we can able to develop by our own in order to implement those features, and we can add it to our existing Salesforce CRM application or to any of the custom application. And once you have implemented these features, then we can able to deploy those features to the other instances. Like as when coming to every organization, we are going to be maintaining some landscapes where you will be having a production instance. From there, you will be having that stage instance, and then UAT, and then QA, and then developer instances. Like that, we will be maintaining some landscape. So now once the developer has implemented the code from his developer sandbox to other instances, we can able to move the code till it is will be deploying into the production. So like that, in order to deploy the code from one instance to another instance, we are using this deploy features. And the monitor menu. Monitor menu is used to in order to track those features. Like whenever I'm executing some application functionalities, if it is giving some issues, then how can we debug those things? How can we troubleshoot those things? For that, we are using this monitoring option. These are the four menus are available. We can able to configure, we can able to build some more new features, we can deploy those features, and then we can monitor those features in order to troubleshoot those issues which has been facing by the customers. Now, in order to add some more new features, nothing but I would like to customize those new features here. Like whatever the sidebar is available in Salesforce that will be displaying always, which is occupying some space. So now I don't want to make it as a occupying some more space. I would like to make it as a collapsible. So for that, just I would like to configure those things. Let's go to that build menu inside that left panel, and then click on customize and expand it. When coming to the customize, you will be having a last option called as user interfaces. So now you will be having an option called as user interfaces. Let's go to that user interfaces and click on it. Now in that user interfaces screen, you will be having multiple sections are available, like user interface section, sidebar section, calendar section, name settings, setup. So many sections are available. Let's go to that sidebar section. In that sidebar section, you will be having the first checkbox called as enable collapsible sidebar. So now this is the checkbox is available. Select that checkbox, enable collapsible sidebar checkbox. Now, in order to make that sidebar to be get displayed as a collapsible option, like as hide and display option, we are going to be using this enable collapsible sidebar option given by Salesforce. Now, let's click on save button. So now we have configured that feature where we have made that sidebar as a collapsible. So now when you go to that accounts tab, now your screen will be getting displayed in the whole user interface. Now at the left side, you will be having a small option is available like as an expand option. When you click on that, the collapsible sidebar will be getting provided to you here. If you don't want to see this sidebar, if you don't want to use this sidebar, then we can able to make it as collapsible. So for that, when you place the mouse pointer on this, it is giving like as a collapsible option. So now we can make it as expand and we can make it as collapse also. So now here we can able to occupy the whole screen and we can able to see your user interfaces. So now this is the navigation in order to make that collapsible sidebar as a collapsible option. Now let's see here. When coming to the user interfaces, then how can we perform the DML operations inside these objects? Let's take any of the object, whatever we have. It may be account, it may be contact, it may be opportunity, whatever. So in the last session, we have discussed like Salesforce is giving the various tabs to you. Now each and every tab is associated with an object. And then we have discussed campaigns tab is associated with the campaign object. Leads tab is associated with the lead object. Cases tab is associated with the case object. Accounts tab is associated with the account object. And the contacts tab is associated with the contact object. Like we are having so many objects are available in Salesforce, which is given by the Salesforce to you by default. So now these are the ready-made objects given by the Salesforce, which has been implemented during the development of the Salesforce CRM application. So now in order to manage the records inside that associated object, Salesforce has given one option, that is this is a tab. Already we have discussed, when coming to a tab provides a graphical user interface by which we can able to manage the records inside that associated object. Then how can we manage? You may create some records, you may modify some records, you may delete some records, and you may retrieve those records which you have deleted, or we can retrieve only the records which are available inside your object also. The flexibility is available to you. Now, let's see here. So what kind of operations we can perform by using these tabs now? So now already we have discussed accounts tab is associated with the account object. Account object means there is a table is available with the name account. In that table, we can perform all the DML manipulations by using this tab. Because we can insert some new records, we can modify some existing records, we can delete some existing records, and we can see the existing records as well. Now, let's see. So now as soon as when you click on this accounts tab, now it is providing a graphical user interface. Nothing but this is called as the home screen of that associated accounts tab. As soon as when you click on that accounts tab, it will be providing that account objects of home screen, nothing but the home page. When you click on leads tab, it is providing the home page of that leads object. Now when you click on that contacts tab, it is providing the home page of that contacts tab. So now here it is providing that home page. On that home page, you will be having the options to see those contacts, and we can create some new contacts by using this recent contacts related list. Now let's go to that account here. So let's go to that accounts. Now I would like to see what are the various account records available in Salesforce. By default, Salesforce is providing some account records to you. Not only account records in each and every object, Salesforce is giving some basic sample records to you. Just you can see how the data has been stored in each and every record. Now, what type of data the user has entered in each and every field. Like that here, they have given some sample forms to you. The sample records they have given to you, so that with those sample records, you can do some options, nothing but you can play with some operations, and then you can create your own records also. Now, so for that here, Salesforce has given some ready-made records. Then how can we see those ready-made records here? Let's go to that accounts tab. As soon as when you click on accounts tab, now you will be getting the account tab homepage. Inside that, you will be having an option called as view option is available. Now this is the view option. In this view option is nothing but this is for the getting the data. Nothing but this is used to get all the records available inside your Salesforce instance. So now if you want to see all the records, then we can able to see those records. Or if you want to add any filters, then we can able to add the filters also here. Now it is giving that new this week. Nothing but this is one of the filter. Nothing but what are the records that you have created in this week, only those records will get visible to you here. Or if you want to filter the records based on some other options, then we can able to filter those records also. Now let's see how can we use this one and how can we add some more filters inside that. So now if you want to see all the records given by the Salesforce inside that account object, then click on Go button. When you click on Go button, then all the records will be getting visible to you. In this week, we haven't created any record. If you want to see all the record, then you will be having that filter options are available. These are called as filter options. Now this entire control is called as enhanced list view. Okay, this entire control is called as enhanced list view. When coming to the enhanced list view, enhanced means it will be providing some more enhancements to you. Nothing but it is giving some flexibilities to you that we can able to add some more records and we can able to customize this particular list view options also inside that. Now we can able to add your own options also inside that. Not only using the filter options given by Salesforce, we can able to add our own filter options also inside that. Then how can we add our own filter options here? Let's see practically over here. So now, when coming to the Salesforce here, by default, it is giving some filter options to us, like as all accounts, my accounts, new last week, new this week, platinum and gold SLA customers, recently viewed accounts, everything will be getting visible to you. These are the filter options are there. Like that, we can able to add our own filter options also. For example, I would like to see all the account records which are available inside my account object. When you click on all accounts, now it is providing all the account records which are available inside that. So now these are the records are available. So now when coming to the account object, you will be having so many fields are available. Nothing but in this table, you are having so many columns are available here. Account name, account site, billing state or provenience, phone number, type of the customer, account owner alias, all this information is available. So now totally 13 records are available, all the 13 records are visible to you, so that we can able to see all those records available inside that Salesforce instance. Now, we can able to see all those records given with the Salesforce to us. Now, so now in those records, we are having so many fields are available here. Now, here it is providing some columns information, like as account name, account site, billing state or provenience, and the phone number, type, account owner alias. It is giving some columns. But these columns information I don't want. I want some additional columns information. Now, I want to show the rating of that account record. I want to show the industry to which it is associated, annual revenue, active status. I want to show those columns information. I don't want this account side, billing state and provenience. Then how can we customize these things? For that, now let's go to that options. Beside that, here you will be having that edit option is available, and then you will be having create new view option is also available. If you want to add any filters like this, then we can able to use create new view. By using that create new view, we can able to add your own filter options also, whatever we want. And if you want to modify the existing filter option, then click on edit button. When you click on edit button, now it will be providing that filter options to you. So now these are the filter options are available here. Now you will be having the name as all accounts. Now based on which you are going to filtering the record, there is no filter because it is displaying all the records to you. Now when coming to the records, what field values you want to display? Nothing but what columns information you want to display inside that. I want to show the account record name. So now these are the various fields available inside that account object. So now let's select that fields, whatever the fields information you want to show inside that table. Once you get that all the account records, I want to show that account name, so that I'm adding that account name field. And then we can select, I want to show the industry to which he is associated. I want to show the rating of the customer. And I want to show the annual revenue of the customer. And then I want to show the type of the customer. I want to show the phone number of the customer. I want to see the fax number of the customer. I want to see the website of the customer. I want to see the active status of the customer also. I'm selecting active status. If you want to arrange the columns in the required order, we can able to arrange those columns order also by using up and down navigation buttons. Now based on your requirement. So now whatever the options are available, we can able to customize and just click on save. As soon as when you click on save, now the table has been customized with the required columns which you have selected over there. So previously it is displaying that account site name and then billing state and provenience like that. But we have customized that based on our convenience. Now this is the account record, account name, industry, rating value, annual revenue, type, phone number, fax number, and then you will be having the website and the active status. Everything is available to you. So like that, here we can able to customize that filter option. Whatever the filters given by the Salesforce, we can able to customize. So now in that, we are having so many account records are available here. These account records are associated with the different industries. These account records are associated with the different industries. Now my requirement is, I would like to show only that account records which are associated with the energy industry. Nothing but here, whenever we are going to fetching some data, then we are going to be using some SQL queries in our databases. And if you want to filter the records, we are using some where clause. By using that where clause, we can able to filter the records based on one or more number of columns. Like the same way here also, whatever the records are displaying by this particular enhanced list view, we can able to filter those records based on our convenience. So now for that, I would like to add a new filter inside that. In order to add a new filter, just you can go to that, create a new view. Create a new view means we can able to add one more view option. Nothing but these are the view option. These are also called as the filters inside that enhancer list view. So now these are the various of views are available here. Now, if you want to add one more list view option, then we can click on create a new view. Just click on create a new view so that we can able to add one more filter. So now give that filter name, nothing but the view name. So now the filter name is, I would like to add a new filter, okay, where I'm giving that name as energy customers, energy industry customers, or the banking customers, or insurance customers. Like that, we can able to add our own filters. So now, based on what you would like to filter the data here, now specify that filter criteria, nothing but how you want to filter those records. Now I would like to consider all the account records which are available inside that account object, and where I would like to add some filters. Nothing but these records I would like to filter by using some conditions. Then based on which column you would like to add the conditions. Now select that field. Now nothing but this is the column. Based on which column you would like to add that filter. What is that operator and what is that value which you want to compare. So now select that field here. Now it is providing those fields to you. Whatever the fields available inside that account object, nothing but whatever the columns available inside that account table, select that column based on which you would like to add those conditions. So now for that you will be having that conditions logic is available. Now I would like to filter the records based on the account industry. So now select the column as industry. So now we are having that industry column. Now select that industry column based on which I would like to filter the records. Select that industry column equals. Nothing but please display only those account records whose industry value is equals to some energy. So that I'm adding my conditions. Now industry, you can select that operator here. You will be having all the operators are available. Equals, not equal to, less than, greater than, less than or equals. Like that you will be having so many options are available. Use the required operator in order to add that condition. Select that operator and then add that value. While adding that value, no need to type that information manually. Besides that, you will be having a small lookup option is available. By using this lookup option, we can able to select that option from that associated industry values. Now, when you click on lookup, it is providing the various industry options available inside that field. Now, from that, you can select that industry based on which you would like to add the condition. I want to show only that customers who are associated with the energy industry. So now I'm selecting that industry values are available here. In that industry pick list, these are the values are available. From there, I'm selecting the value as energy. Now select that value as energy. Once you have selected that, click on insert selected. So now industry equals to energy. Nothing but while displaying all my account records, then please filter those records based on the condition where industry value is equals to energy. Please display only these records. Don't display the remaining records to me. I want to see only these records. Now, while displaying that records, what columns information that you want to see. So for that, you can select those columns information. So now here, I don't want to display all these columns information. I want some specific columns information. Like as I want to show that account record a name, and I want to show that the industry value to which he is associated. I want to show the rating, and I want to show the ownership of that account record. I want to show the annual revenue value, and I want to show the active status of that account record, and the phone number is already included. I want to add the website of the customer also. I want to add the fax number also. So now if you want to customize these fields, then we can able to customize. Now account name is there. After that, I want to show the account industry. Now we can able to move this industry option to up. Now by using that, navigation buttons are available, up and down navigation buttons. Now we can move it up. And then after that, I want to show the rating. And then I want to show the type of that account. And then I want to show the ownership. And then I want to show the annual revenue value. And then I want to show the phone number. And then I want to show the fax number. I want to show the website now, and then I want to show at the last active status. So now these are the column values has to be get displayed whenever I'm selecting the option as the energy industry customers. Now, if you want to see these options here, now this option has to be get visible to whom? Only for you, or all the users inside your Salesforce organization can able to access this option, or you want to make this option to be get visible to only a few set of users. So for that, it will be giving the fourth step as restrict visibility. In that restrict visibility, now it will be giving the three options to you. Please display this option only to me, nothing but visible only to me, or visible to all users, or visible to certain group of users. Depends upon your need. We can able to make this option to be get visible to only to you or to all the users inside your Salesforce organization or to a set of group of people also. So now we can able to select that option. Now I would like to make it visible to all the users. We don't have any other users right now. We are the only user as of now we are having. When moving forward to the security concept, we'll see how can we add our own users. Now, so now I'm selecting all users, nothing but each and every user can able to get this filter option inside that account object with the name energy industry customers. Once you have selected that restrict visibility option, then click on save. As soon as when you click on save, one more new option also has been added over here. Like in that filter options, you will be having all accounts, energy industry customers, my accounts, and all the options are available. Along with that, your new option is also available inside this. This is a filter option. When you select all accounts, all the 13 account records will be getting visible to you here. If you are selecting only that my last week accounts, new last week, the last week account records will be getting visible to you. If you're selecting that energy industry customers, only those account records which are associated with the industry energy will be getting visible to you here. Nothing but we can able to add our own filter options in order to see those records also available inside that account object. Now here with the industry energy, we are having only 3 account records are there. These 3 accounts has been visible to you. Like that, we can able to add our own filter options also, depends upon our requirement. Like that, multiple filter options we can able to add. Like sometimes I want to see only that heart rating account records. Sometimes I want to see only the active account records. Like that, we can able to add any of that option, and based on that option, we can able to filter those records also. Okay. Now,
Feroz, one question.
yeah.
Feroz, when you select the filter options, I found that there is a condition and, right?
Yes.
So do we have the option for or also?
Yes. Yeah, I will show you that. Now let's go to that option here. Whenever if you're adding any conditions here. Now, whenever if you're adding any conditions, now by default it is adding that end condition. If you want to add or, then go to that, below that you will be having add filter logic. Okay, you will be having add filter logic. When you click on add filter logic, now it will be giving that options to you. Suppose for example, I'm adding one more condition over here. Now let's see. I'm adding one more condition. I want to see only those account records whose industry is equals to some energy. And then I would like to add one more condition, that is account to annual revenue value is greater than some 10 lakhs. Okay, 10 lakhs. So now these are the filter conditions that I have added here. Okay, so these are the filter conditions that I have added right now. Now let's see. Annual revenue. Annual revenue is greater than some 10 lakhs. So now when you go to this add filter logic right now, it will be giving 1 and 2. It will be giving 1 and 2. Nothing but both the conditions has to be get satisfied. If you want to make it as an R, then we can make it as an R also. Okay, we can able to change it as R. Depends upon our need, we can able to add the multiple conditions, and then we can able to change those logical operator also inside that. If you want to apply, yeah.
Yeah, this is Ram.
Yeah.
Can we have expression there, like instead of only and or along with that one, like can we have a big expression with multiple conditions, multiple validations. Where do we define that expressions?
No, we cannot define any expressions over here. Just we can able to filter based on by adding the required conditions. But expressions
if you
cannot
want
be
to
possible
any
inside.
expression,
Expressions means what kind of condition you want to apply.
let's say like with multiple conditions, so with value this one, and just concatenation with more than 2 or 3 with so and so on condition. And I just want to define expression with building multiple queries, multiple filters.
Okay, here also we are adding the multiple filters, right? These are also the multiple filters. Suppose, for example, when you go to that SQL query while fetching the data, we can able to specify the multiple conditions also by using where clause. Where those conditions, it may be single condition, it may be a compound condition also, which we are grouping multiple conditions together just by using the AND or OR operators. Now those two operators are available here itself.
Okay, let's say here industry equals to energy, right? Yes. Energy or some other value. I want to put it in value. I just want to put it energy and some other value also, or and in that value itself. See, okay. There you mention only one energy. I want to put or and condition.
Okay.
Can we, instead of using different fields, can we use same first operator itself, and can we use different values together?
See, we can use that here. Let's see. So instead of using that energy, I would like to use that filter options. There we can able to select that the banking, and then I'm selecting energy both. Now click on insert selected. Now both the conditions, both the options are available to you here. Now when you go to that add filter logic, the first condition, and then you will be having the second condition also both. Nothing but whenever the industry value is equals to either banking or energy, we can able to fetch those values here. And then along with that, the second condition is we can able to specify that annual revenue value should be always greater than some 10 lakhs. Like that, not only one, we can able to add the multiple values also inside. Depends upon our need.
Oh, that's what I asked. Okay.
For us, that multiple selection is and, it's not or, right?
This is R. Okay, this is R. It's not N, because one industry cannot, one record cannot be associated with the multiple industries. Okay, so where it will be adding that the industry value is equals to banking or industry equals to energy and annual revenue greater than 10. Okay.
So we cannot use AND condition in the first thing, right?
Yes. Why? Because is industry is a pick list. See, let me show you. When you go to that account record, we are having that industry field. That industry field is a pick list where we can select only one value. All the industries have been populated. We can select only one value, not the multiple values. So that here we cannot use AND operator.
Okay, got it.
Okay, now. So now we can able to add those conditions. Whatever the conditions that we want, we can able to add the filter logic where instead of using that AND operator, if you want to use OR, we can able to change the filter logic and we can able to specify the required logical operators also inside. Now, so nothing but without writing any code, we can able to filter those records also based on our requirement. So now here we have specified that the account records which are greater than, which are having annual revenue greater than 10 lakhs only records have been getting displayed to you. Now it is having that annual revenue greater than some 10 lakhs. That's what this record has been getting visible. So now when you go to the remaining records, those records annual revenue value is less than 10 lakhs record, 10 lakhs value. So that's what here it won't display that remaining two account records to you. So now let's see here. You're having that previous energy value, nothing but this is the energy. Totally 3 records are available. For the 2 records, there is no annual revenue values available to you. Now, let me open any of the record. I would like to modify that value here. Click on edit button. There is no annual revenue value, which is empty, nothing but the blank. So that one, this is less than 10 lakhs. Now I'm making it as some 25 lakhs. Now let's save it. I have modified that record. Now when you go to that energy industry customers, 2 records has to be displayed. Now both the records are displayed here. Nothing but whatever the account records are there, whose industry value is equals to energy, and along with that, whose annual revenue value is greater than 10 lakhs, those records will be getting visible to you. Nothing but generally, when coming to a table, to perform some DML operations, we are using some DML statements like as insert, update, delete, and we can able to fetch those deleted records. But in Salesforce, in order to perform those operations, we are using the graphical user interface without writing any code. Even though if you want to add any filter logics while displaying the records to filter the records, we can able to use this enhanced list view option. Clear? How can we filter the records while displaying by using enhanced list view?
Feroz, is there any limit for creating the number of enhanced views?
No, there is no limitations available. We can able to as many as possible. Depends upon our need.
Okay.
Now, so now let's see here. So how can we create that account record? You are aware of that creating that account record. In order to create an account record, just click on that accounts tab, click on new button in order to create a new account record, and then enter the details inside that. Now Salesforce is providing an account table by default to you because this accounts tab is associated with the account object. Account object is having a set of fields are available inside that. So now each and every text box, each and every pick list, and each and every checkbox, each and every radio button, everything is going to be representing like as a field inside that. Field means a column inside the table. So now these are all the fields available inside that account table. So now I would like to create an account record. In order to create an account record, we are having that account user interface where we need to enter some data in order to create that record. So while creating that account record, you will be having that account name is available, which is a mandatory field. Okay, which is a mandatory field, which is describing with the help of a red color bar symbol, which represents this is a required information. It's not an optional information. This is a mandatory information. Compulsorily, we have to enter the data inside that field. So now for that, upon creating a new account record, we have to enter the name of that account record, and then the remaining values are optional. You may enter, you may not enter. It's up to you. Depends upon your need, depends upon the time that you want to spend to create an account record. So now let's say here I'm creating one account record here. I'm creating an account record with the name, some Reliance Industries. I'm creating an account record with the name Reliance Industries. The account number, I'm entering some value. Account site, this is a manufacturing organization. Now the type of the account. So now I'm specifying, we got this account record, nothing but the customer through that customer direct. Nothing but directly we got this particular customer. To which industry this customer is associated, industry value. Now this industry I would like to select as a manufacturing because Reliance people are into the manufacturing organization. So that here I'm selecting some manufacturing. And the annual revenue, I'm entering some value. Whatever the value that you want, you can enter that. Now the rating I'm giving as heart rating because here this is a very valuable customer where from this customer we are generating the huge revenue, so that I'm giving the rating as heart. You will be having hot rating, warm rating, and the cold rating, like as low, medium, and the high ratings. Depends upon the revenue that we're generating from the customers, we can able to give you a different rating for each and every customers. Now, so now then you can raise a question also here. We are having some industry values which are ready-madely given by the Salesforce. Now suppose for example, I would like to add one more industry, then what we can do? Now at that time, Salesforce is giving that flexibility to you that not only using the ready-made options given by Salesforce, we can able to customize each and every option also inside that. We'll see when coming to the later sessions also, we'll see how can we customize these field options here. How can we add some more options inside the industry? How can we add some more options inside the rating? Everything we can see practically here. Now the phone number. I'm entering some phone number. The fax number. I've entered some fax number. The industry. I'm entering the industry Reliance.com. And the ownership. So this is a private organization. It's not belongs to the government. This is a private organization. the number of employees. I'm entering some 50,000. The billing street I'm entering like as some Lakeview Street, and then I'm giving some city as some Hyderabad, state some Telangana, postal code I'm entering some value, and the country some India. I have entered some value inside that. So this is the billing address of that particular customer. Whenever the customer wants to buy some product, then we are going to be collecting that billing address, so that once the customer has released the budget, then we can able to send that billing information to that particular address, and we can deliver the product to the specified shipping address which they have mentioned over here. You will be having the billing address, you will be having the shipping address, both are available to us. Now, the customer priority, we are giving the high priority to this customer because this is a very big customer, which is a very valuable customer to us to generate the more revenue from this customer. I want to make this customer record as active, so that I'm selecting the active status value as yes. I'm making it as yes. If you're following any SLAs, then we are not following any SLA, so that I'm not selecting any SLA options right now. So now upon creating this new record, I'm going to be entering these values. Now this each and every field, nothing but these are called as a fields, like as account owner is a field, account name is a field, parent account is a field, account number is a field, account site is a field. These are nothing but each and everything is nothing but a field. Now these fields are nothing but the columns inside that account table. Already we have discussed object means table, field means columns inside the table. So now these are the various columns available inside our account table right now. So once you have entered the details inside this particular field, then we can able to make it save in order to create that new account record. So now when you observe the URL, so now there is no IDs available here. When coming to the ID will be getting generated by the Salesforce whenever you are saving, nothing but creating a new record inside the object. So now for each and every object, you will be having some associated ID. Okay, for every object, you're having some associated ID. That ID is available to you. Already in the previous session, we have discussed about that IDs also here. Let's see. So now we have discussed about those objects IDs also. So now for every object, you are having that ID. Like as for the account object, you are having the ID as 001, contact 003, opportunity 006, case 500, and then solution 501, lead 00Q, campaign 701, order 801. Like that for each and every object, you will be having some associated IDs available. So now this ID is going to be representing the schema of that object. Nothing but this is a unique identification number allocated by the Salesforce for every object, where this unique identification number will be getting prefixing along with that record ID automatically. So now, whenever you are creating that account record, as soon as when you click on save button, Salesforce is going to be saving the record into that associated table, and then it is going to be generating the ID here. So it generates the 18 characters ID, but in the URL, it will be displaying only that first 15 characters ID. So now whenever I'm copying that URL, in that URL, you will be having the record IDs available here. So now here, this is the ID which is starting from 001. 001 means this is the account record. So now this record is the account record ID, which has been generated by the Salesforce to us. Okay. So now this whole process you are aware of here. Now, so now we can able to create as many as account records, depends upon your need. And then once the record has been getting created, we can able to see that account record also here. So now this is the account record. It has been provided by the Salesforce to you. Now just now here we have created this account record. In future, if you want to modify this account record, then we can able to modify this account record also with the help of edit button. So now we can click on this edit button, and then we can able to modify the account record. Suppose, for example, I'm changing the rating from hard to some warm, and then I'm changing the ownership from private to some others. I'm changing some values so that we can able to modify the account record values also by using the edit button, and we can save it back to the database again. So now, in order to modify the two field values, I have moved that whole record into the editable format. But when coming to this particular record detail, this is called as a detail page of the record, which will be giving the detailed information of the record which we have created just now. So now while modifying that record, no need to click on the edit button. This particular detail page is giving that option called as the inline editing feature. Inline editing feature means instead of moving the whole record to the edit page, we can able to stay in the same page and just we can able to modify the field values which you want. So now assume that here I have specified that industry as a manufacturing. I would like to change that industry here. No need to click on edit button, just a double click on this industry field. Automatically the field will be in the editable format for you. Now this field is in the editable format. Select that option which you want to select right now. I'm selecting like as telecommunications. I'm selecting like as telecommunications. So now we can make it save. Automatically record has been getting saved again. Previously this is the manufacturing, now it is telecommunications. Nothing but no need to move the whole record into the editable format. Just we can able to move that particular field in the editable format and we can able to modify that field value, record values also with the help of this particular the inline editing feature. Now, so when coming to this detailed page, we'll be discussing in the later sessions as well again. Clear up to now, how can we create the records? How can we see the records by adding the required filters? And then how can we modify the records and how can we remove those records? So once the record has been getting removed, then where this record will be getting moved to you? This will be deleting permanently from your Salesforce or what?
It will be in a recycle bin.
Recycle bin.
For 15.
Then how long time this will be available in the recycle bin?
15 days.
15 days. Okay. So within that 15 days, we can able to restore that, or else this record will be removing permanently from the Salesforce instance without sending any prior notification to you. Now, so now let's see here. Now we'll see some more features inside that Salesforce. How can we configure that? Now sometimes we will be getting some requirements here. Like Salesforce is providing so many applications to you. So all the applications are available inside this particular list. Nothing but here we are having a small pick list is available, which is going to be describing all the applications which are given by the Salesforce to you by default. Now it is providing the various applications like as sales application, marketing, call center, app launcher, community, site.com, and then we will be having the content, app exchange, all this will be available here. Like the same way, I want to create my own custom application also. Already we have discussed when coming to our initial concepts. When coming to the Salesforce, Salesforce is not only having the CRM, Salesforce is having a platform also that is called as Force.com platform. By using that Force.com platform, we can able to build your own custom applications also depends upon your need. Whatever the CRM applications given by the Salesforce to you, if it is not suitable or along with that CRM, if you want to use some more applications to be get built, then we can able to build those applications with the help of this Force.com platform. Then how can we create our own custom applications in Salesforce? Now we will see practically here. Now, so now for each and every application, let's see, you will be having the name. This is a sales application. Inside that sales application, you will be having so many objects, so many tabs are available. And for that sales application, you will be having a logo. Nothing but the Salesforce logo is there. Beside that, you will be having the release logo also, the current release logo. Now this current release logo is nothing but this is the Winter 17's logo given by the Salesforce to you. Whenever the Salesforce is giving the next release, then automatically this logo will be getting changed automatically for you. Now, so now when you go to that marketing application, when you select that marketing, now in that marketing application, whatever the tabs are required, all those objects are visible to you here. Like as campaigns, leads, contacts, opportunities, reports, dashboards, these tabs we are going to make invisible. When you go to that call center application, now we can able to see some different tabs over here. Like as accounts, contacts, cases, solutions, reports, dashboards, like that. Depends upon that application requirement, we can able to use some associated objects inside that. No need to use all the objects available in Salesforce. So now, like the same way, I want to develop my own custom application also. Then how can we design our own custom application? Now we will see practically here. Now, creating our own custom applications. Now, so what exactly in application here? When coming to the application, application is nothing but a set of tabs. Okay, application is nothing but a set of tabs. Suppose, for example, let's take a human resource application. Inside that human resource application, we are going to be storing the employees and the recruitment process related information inside that, like as adding some new employees, modifying some employee details, and then define some processes. Okay, defining some processes, like as whenever we are going to be getting some new open positions, then how can we create those new open positions and where we can store those information, everything. Like that, here we can able to define some processes and we can able to implement our own tables where we can able to store that human resource processes information. So now, like the same way, when coming to the custom application, an application contains a set of tabs inside it by which we can manage the records associated with the business process. We can manage the records associated with the business process. It may be the library management, it may be the warehouse management, it may be the employees management, it may be the community management, it may be banking management, or whatever, anything. We can able to define your own custom applications also inside that Salesforce. Then how can we create your own custom applications? Now we will see. While creating the custom application here, two ways are available. Okay? Two scenarios are coming to the picture now. One is, upon creating your custom application, suppose for example, for every application, you will be having that logo. Okay, now this is a logo is available here. Salesforce logo is available. Now this Salesforce logo is describing what this application has been developed by the Salesforce people. This is associated with the Salesforce people. When you go to some other applications like some banking application, the banking people are placing their own logo in this particular right corner or the left corner, so that they can describe this application belongs to some ICICI Bank organization. If it is for the manufacturing, they are placing their company logo, because every company will be having their own logo which describes that particular identity of that organization. Now, like the same way, whenever you are going to be creating the application, then do you want to use a Salesforce logo or do you want to use your own customized logo? Depends upon your need. Here two scenarios will be came to the picture again. Now, one is we can develop the application by using the Salesforce logo. Second one is we can able to design our own custom application by using our own customized logo as the logo for your application. So now here we'll see. First, we will see how can we create the application without using our own customized logo, just by using the Salesforce logo. Then how can we design that application? Now we will see practically. So now, in order to design your own custom application, we are having some certain navigation processes available here. Like, to create that application, we are having the navigation process. So for that, go to that setup menu and click on it. And once you click on the setup menu, then go to that build menu. Build menu in the left panel. And the second option, click on create. Nothing but here I'm not customizing the existing one, I'm creating one more. What an application I'm going to create. How? Without writing any code, just by using mouse pointers. So that I'm using that create option. Now click on create and expand it. Inside that create, you will be having so many options are there. What do you want to create? You want to create a workflow. You want to create an approval process. You want to create an object. You want to create an application. You want to create a tab, or what? What you want to create? Inside that create option, you will be having the various options are available. So now I want to create an application. So that click on the option called as apps. Click on apps link. So now once you click on apps link, then automatically what are the various applications developed given by the Salesforce to you by default, those applications will be getting listed out to you. Like as marketing, call center, all these things will be getting visible to you. But I don't want to use those things. I want to design my own custom application. Then how can we design our own custom application? To develop your own custom application, then it will be giving an option called as new button. Click on new button to create a new app. So now as soon as when you click on new button, it will ask you to select the application type. What kind of application that you want to create? You want to create a custom app or you want to create a service console? Now service consoles are purely comes under the service cloud. Now during the service cloud we'll see. Now I would like to select that option as custom app. Select the custom app radio button and click on next button. So now I would like to develop or I would like to create a new custom application. So that select the option as custom app and then click on next button. Now enter the application name. Okay, enter the application name. And then enter the label and the description. Okay, enter the description and click on next button. So now in order to create a new custom application, then we have to specify the name of the application and the label and the description of the application so that we can able to see what is the purpose of this application, what kind of business processes you are automating with this application, everything everybody will be able to understand. For that we are giving some description and then click on next button. And then once you enter the click on next button, it will ask you to select the logo. Select the application logo. So now here, while selecting the application logo, we can able to use the same Salesforce logo, or we can able to select our own customized logo. Okay, we can select our own logo also. So for that, we have to use that by using insert image button. And then click on next button. And then once you click on next button, now it will ask you to select the tabs which you want to make it visible inside your application. So now what are tabs? Nothing but what objects or what are tables that you want to use inside your application, so that we can able to select those tabs. Select the required tabs to be make visible inside the application. And then click on next button. And the next step, then it will ask you to select the profile. Select the profiles to whom you want to make this application to be accessible. And the 11th one, click on Save button. So this is the navigation steps in order to create your own custom applications. So now we have to use these navigation steps in order to create our own custom application right now. Now let's see how to create our own custom application inside Salesforce. Now we'll see practically. Let's go to
Firoz.
Yeah.
So this is a SaaS application, like
this is a platform.
Platform.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, it's not the software, like it's not the, I mean, but this is a applications we will be building it, right?
Yes, yes, yes. But while building your custom application also, no need to write everything from the scratch. We can able to build up to 80% of the feature by using the configuration, and the remaining 20% we can build by using that by writing some code.
So we are using the platform
Yes.
so that like, we can build that. Okay.
Yes. Now,
Okay.
let's go to this navigation now to create that application here. Now let's go to that setup menu in order to create your own custom application. So now go to the build menu because I would like to build something new features without writing any code, so that I'm using that create option. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Inside that, go to that create and expand it. Inside that create menu, it will be asking for you what you want to create. You want to create a custom label, or in apps, or objects, or pick list of value sets, or the packages, and the report types, and the tabs, and the workflows, or what. Now I want to create that apps. Click on apps link in order to create a new customized app. So now it is giving that information. An app is a group of tabs that work as a unit to provide functionality. User can switch between apps using first.com app drop-down menu at the top right corner of every page. So now we can able to place a custom set of tabs inside that, by which we can able to perform some automation processes related to a particular business. So now Salesforce is providing so many apps to you. Okay, these are the various applications given by the Salesforce team: App Launcher, Call Center, Community, Content, Marketing, Platform, Sales, Salesforce Charter, Sample Console, Site.com. Like that, these are the various applications given by the Salesforce here. Whatever the applications given by the Salesforce, these are called as the standard applications. Okay, these are the ready-made applications given by Salesforce team. So now these applications are called as standard applications. What are the standard applications given by Salesforce? We cannot remove the standard applications. Okay, we cannot remove the standard applications, but we can customize this standard application based on our convenience, based on our requirement. We can able to customize these standard applications also. That flexibility is available to you. Okay, now. But now, in order to create your own custom application, then go to that apps section and then click on new button in order to create a new application. Click on new. So now, as soon as when you click on new button, it will ask you to select the type of the application. What type of application that you want to create? Do you want to create a custom application, or do you want to create a console application? Console application will see when coming to the Service Cloud features. So now I want to create a custom application. Now click on next button. As soon as when you click on next button, now it will ask you to provide the application label, name of the application, and the description. So now here, I would like to create an application. For example, so what is the application that we are going to creating right now? So now I would like to create an application with the name some story pulse. Whatever the name that you want, you can give that here. Warehouse management, banking automation, or whatever. Suppose, for example, here, let's take a scenario. Assume that we have a client. Now we are having a client, Merck Pharma. We are having a client called as Merck Pharma. Merck Pharma is purely into the pharmaceutical domain, where they are going to be developing some pharmaceutical products. Nothing but some small the tabs and the small capsules they are going to be manufacturing here. They're purely into the manufacturing the pharmaceutical products. Once they are done with the manufacturing of those pharmaceutical products, now they would like to sell out those products to the various people. Nothing but various distributors and the medical shops. And then whenever they are going to be releasing those products into the market, first of all, they are going to be appointing some marketing executives. Nothing but these are called as medical representatives. Now they are appointing some medical representatives. Now this medical representative people are going to be contacting the various doctors in the different hospitals. So now they will get the appointment of the doctor, and then they will be meeting the doctor, and they are going to be giving some information about their manufactured products, nothing but their drugs information. So now what kind of the pharmaceutical product they are manufacturing, and what is the use of each and every product, everything they are going to be describing that, and they are going to be requesting to the doctor, please suggest these products to the various patients, okay, who are facing any problem with some like this kind of diseases. Now, so now for that here, they are going to be meeting the doctors and they are going to be selling out these particular products. Now, in order to automate those processes, we are going to be using an application called as some story pulse. So why? Because is once we have sell out that products to the various patients, then the patients are going to be using those the drugs, and then they may be satisfied, they may not be satisfied with that product. So at that time, frequently these marketing executive, nothing but the medical representative people are going to be frequently in touch with the doctors, and they are going to be collecting the feedback. So now to how many people you have suggested this particular product, how many people are satisfied, how many people are not satisfied with this particular product. So that they are going to be collecting that feedback. Based on that feedback, they are going to be adding some more improvements inside the product so that they can able to give a very quality product, so that they can able to resolve the various diseases for those from the patients. So now, in order to get those feedbacks, in order to track those feedbacks information, we need to develop this story pulse application. So now here I would like to give the name as for my application as some story pulse. So now I'm going to be giving the name as some story pulse. I'm giving the name as some story pulse. So now the description of the application. So what we are doing here, by using this application, we can track the feedback. We can track the feedback of our pharmaceutical products. In order to track the feedback of our pharmaceutical products, I would like to use this application, that is story pulse. So now once you enter the label and the name and the description of the application, then click on next button. As soon as when you click on next button, now it is asking you to insert the image. Nothing but do you want to use the same logo as the Salesforce for your application also, or if you have your own application. Suppose for example, Microsoft is manufacturing the different products like as Microsoft Office. For that Microsoft Office, a different logo is available. Now Microsoft is manufacturing Windows operating system. For that a different logo is there. Microsoft has manufactured the .NET. For the .NET they are having a different logo. For SQL Server, a different logo. Like that for each and every application, they are using a different logo also. Like the same way for my application also, I want to use a logo. But we are not ready with the logo here as of now. I don't have any logo right now. So now for that here, as of now, I want to continue with the same Salesforce logo itself. So now I don't want to select any image right now because we are not having any logos right now. We'll see in the second process, we'll see how can we add our own custom logo and where we can see and where we can add those things, we'll see practically. So now I don't want to use any images right now here. I want to continue with the same Salesforce logo. Now go to the next button. As soon as when you click on next button, now it is asking you to select the tabs. Nothing but what objects that you would like to use inside your application. So now I would like to select some applications here, like some tabs. I want that accounts tab I would like to use, contacts, and then I would like to use opportunities. I would like to use some campaigns, cases, and the leads and the solutions. These are the various objects that I want to use inside this application. So now these are the objects are required and these are the tabs are required inside my application in that story pulse. So for that here, these are the tabs that I have selected to be get visible inside my application. Now while displaying these tabs, in which order you want to make it visible? You want to display the tabs in the same order, or you want to customize this tab order here? Then you can able to select that options. I want to display that campaign. So first, nothing but after the home tab, I want to make it visible of campaign, and then leads, and then accounts, and then contacts, and then opportunities, and then cases, and then solution. This is the order I want to make it visible here. So now, once you select the tabs which needs to be get visible inside your application and the tab order, then we can select the default landing tab. Whenever you are going to be switching from one application to another application, which tab has to be get selected by default. So now what is the default landing tab? So that we can select the default landing tab also. Whatever the tabs that you have selected inside that application, these tabs will be getting populated here. From that, you can select which tab you want to make it visible by default. Which tab has to be get selected by default. So now you'd like to make it as a home tab by default. So that select that home tab and then go to that next button. When you click on next button, now it will be asking you to select to which profiles you want to make it visible. So now when coming to the security concept, we'll see what exactly the profile, what is the use of profile. So now when coming to the profile is nothing but a set of permissions which can be assigned to one or more users. Okay. If you want to grant some permissions to that users inside your Salesforce application, then every user has to be get associated with a profile where the profile will decide what operations the user can perform inside that Salesforce application, what objects he can able to access, what operations we can perform inside each and every object, what applications are visible to the user. Everything we can able to grant with the help of these profiles. Now, I want to make this application to be get visible to all the profile users. So that select that checkbox visible. Now I'm selecting that visible checkbox so that it will be selecting all the checkboxes internally by default here. Nothing but I want to make this application to be get visible to all the users inside my Salesforce organization. So that go to that save button. Now your application will be getting created for you right now. What are the details that you are given? With those details, Salesforce will be creating an application for you. So now when you observe these applications, you will be having your application is available, which is called as Story Pulse. So now, in order to identify what applications are standard, what applications are custom, Salesforce is providing a column also inside that is called as custom. Custom column is going to be indicating a checkbox which describes whether this is a custom application or a standard application given by Salesforce. So now, if it is a standard application, then what happened? If it is a custom application, then what happened? Now, when coming to the actions here, what are the differences that you have observed? If it is a standard application, we can able to just customize the standard application, but we cannot remove the standard application from the Salesforce because the standard Salesforce CRM functionality will be getting impacted. For that here, we cannot remove any standard features given by Salesforce. But whatever the custom application that you have created, this custom application we can remove. For that, in that actions column, you will be having edit or delete. Two options are available. Why? Because if this application is no longer needed in future, then we can able to remove this application also from the organization. That's what here they have given that edit and delete option to you. Now let's see. So now where this application is available and then how can we access my application now? So now when you go to your Salesforce applications, okay, when you go to that right corner of the tab, you will be having applications out there. In those applications list, like as a sales, marketing, app launcher, like that, you will be having your Story Pulse option is also available. So now you can able to click on that Story Pulse, then automatically you will be jumping into your Story Pulse application. When you click on Story Pulse, automatically the Story Pulse application is visible to you, where what are the tabs that you have selected, those tabs are visible to you. What are the order you have specified, in the same order these tabs are visible to you, and the default tab, home tab, is also selected for you. If you want to perform some operations on the account, then we can able to perform the account operations also. All the options are visible to you as it is to you. But here for my Story Pulse application, the default logo is my Salesforce logo is available to us. Because we haven't added any logo, so that Salesforce logo is available by default for your Salesforce or for your custom application also inside this. Okay, clear? How to create the custom applications in Salesforce?
Yes, Firoz, we are clear.
Okay, now. So now let's see here. One more option inside that. When coming to my application name, Story Pulse is visible. So where this option is visible, when you expand that applications list, at the end of that list, it is providing my application name, Story Pulse. But I don't want to make it visible at the end of the list. I want to make it visible after that marketing, like as sales, marketing, call center. After that, I want to show my application name. Then how can we customize this one? So now let's see how to customize that applications list. So let's go to that setup menu. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Go to the create. Go to that apps. So now these are the various applications are available in Salesforce here. We are having some standard applications, we are having some custom applications. Standard applications are nothing but these are the ready-made applications given by the Salesforce as part of Salesforce CRM. And custom applications is nothing but we can able to define or create our own custom applications based on our need. Now, standard applications we cannot remove, but we can able to customize the standard applications. But the custom applications we can able to customize based on your requirement in future, or in later stages, if this application is no longer needed for you, then we can able to remove this custom application also from your Salesforce instance. That flexibility is available to us. Because for that custom application we have created, it belongs to us. We are the owners. As a owner, you will be having the full rights on that application, so that you can do whatever the operation that you want on that. You may customize, you may delete, you may modify, you may do everything whatever you want because you are the owner of that. Now, so now here it is indicating that custom. Now, if you want to arrange those applications order, then go to that reorder button. Okay, you will be having the reorder button. Now, just click on the reorder. Now it is providing all the applications to you. Whatever the applications are available in Salesforce, all those applications are available to you here. So now these are the applications are there. Story Pulse, Content, Salesforce Charter, Site.com, Community, App Launcher, Worker.com, Sample Console, Marketing, Call Center, Sales. Like that, so many applications are available to you here. So now what I want to do is I want to show my application after this Sales, Call Center, and then after that Marketing. I want to show my Story Pulse application. I don't want to show it at the last. So for that, just a drag and drop. Now, when you go to that particular application, now at that starting, you will be having a selectable option. Okay, here is a selectable option is available. Now, click on that selectable option and move it here wherever you want, based on your need. Move it up, and then after that, you can place wherever you want. After that Call Center, I want to place my application here. Now place it. Now just you can drag and drop wherever you want. Now I want to place that Sales, Call Center, and then Marketing. After that Marketing, I want to place my application. Sales, Call Center, Marketing, and then I'm having my Story Pulse application. So now once you have arranged this one, then directly you can go to your Salesforce applications here. Just to refresh that. Now go to your applications app launcher. Now when you expand that, you will be having Sales, Call Center, Marketing, and below that you will be having Story Pulse application name is available. So no need to make it at the end. You can able to make it at the middle of that content wherever you want also applications list. Now in order to provide those applications to be get arranged, we are going to be using reorder button. By using the reorder button, we can able to arrange those applications also in the required order, whatever the option that you want. So now here, if you want to make it after that, before that Marketing also, we can able to place based on your requirement. That flexibility is available.
This is for, I mean, this is for me, or this reorder will be seen by my agent?
So for everybody, because for everybody, we can able to make it the same options to make it visible to them.
If suppose if I'm an admin and if I change it, so it's for everybody?
Yeah, it's for everybody. If you are going to be changing for a particular organization, this will be visible to everybody also.
Okay.
Firoz, I have one more question.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm an end user.
Okay.
I don't like, I should not see all these setup options, application selection, all these things, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So how do I hide all those things in terms of end user?
Yeah, for that end user here, already we have discussed that. In order to make your application features to be get visible to the end users or the customers or the partners, we are having that profile. Okay, so profile is a mediator, okay, by which we can able to decide what operations the user can perform inside my Salesforce application. So at that time, what applications to be get visible to the user, and what tabs to be get visible to the user, what objects to be get accessible by the user, and then what operations they can perform on each and every object. Everything we can able to configure with the help of profiles. Okay. So now during that security concept, we are going to be discussing each and every option over there. How can we restrict the visibility of your objects and the applications, everything from the end user?
including setup option also, right?
including setup option also. They cannot configure anything. Okay, they can't configure
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Just they can able to use that application features whatever we have configured. That's it. Okay. So now this is the way we can able to create our own custom application in Salesforce without writing any code. Now, so now in tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss some more features. How can we create our own custom application by using our own customized logo? So I don't want to use that Salesforce logo for my custom application. I want to use my own logo. Then how can we get our logo? Okay. So now we are not designing the logo, but we can get any of the logo from the internet, and then we can use that image as a logo for our application also. Then how can we get that image, and where we need to upload that image, how to reference that image while creating your custom application to make that image as a logo. Okay, we'll see the practical information in tomorrow's session. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now here initially we have to do the practice for each and every feature what we are discussing, so that you feel comfortable with this navigation, you feel comfortable with this user interfaces, so that it will be very easy for you in future. If you want to do any functionality, if you want to do any configuration changes, then you can get the directly, you can able to recollect that navigation process.
Firoz,
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Tell me.
What is the exact use of the new application, like creating the new application? Because you added the same tabs like accounts, contacts, opportunities in the same story pulse. So we can see the accounts, contacts in the sales cloud also, right? So
Yes,
what is the exact use?
See, why? Because is here, when coming to my application, I haven't created any custom tabs as of now. Nothing, but there is no custom objects. So now slowly we are moving forward here. Okay, now we are creating the application, and then how can we create our own objects in Salesforce, the custom objects? How can we perform the operations inside that? How can we customize those objects? Everything we'll see practically.
Okay, thanks.
Firoz, while creating the application, there was two columns, visible for profile and other one is